Well, what can I say? We got the job done. I'm saying it again. We got the job done. The Ohio Bobcats are the 2024 Mid American Conference champions. The Ohio Bobcats are the 2024 MAC champions. I'm just, honestly, guys, I'm just trying to let that sink in. We did it. I mean, really, we did. Oh my goodness, what a dream season, huh? Hey guys, whenever you guys watch this, just sit back and listen. This is Stephen Vitt reporting as usual, and hopefully you guys got to watch that game between the Ohio Bobcats and the Miami Ohio Redhawks in the MAC championship game. Um, what a game! Just really what a game. Well, obviously, if you're a Redhawks fan, that wasn't quite the game you were looking for, but if you're a Ohio Bobcats fan, wonderful. Just really a storybook ending. Really a storybook ending for everything going on with this team. And I'm really excited, guys. I'm really excited. I just feel relieved and just one of those things. It hasn't even really hit me yet. Really, it hasn't even hit me yet to see where this team started at the beginning of the season and to see where they are now. I'm just again, it's just a dream season. It just is. We are the 2024 Mid American Conference champions. What more can you say, guys? What more can you say? I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or to just, I don't know. I'm just kind of speechless in a way. It just, yeah. So for any of you guys still up, just let me go through what happened in this game. I'm going to talk about it. So yeah, December 7th, 2024, the Ohio Bobcats made it to the MAC championship game to face their arch rivals, the Miami Ohio Redhawks. And as you guys will recall, earlier in the season, October 19th, when the Bobcats traveled to Oxford to face the Redhawks at their house, it was October 19th. That was not the ideal kind of game for the Bobcats. Obviously, we were not at that point, we were not together, we were not with it. And, things were not clicking at that point. But I keep saying it ever since that game, that first game against Miami of Ohio, the Bobcats just flipped the switch. They got all the momentum they needed, and they just switched it into high gear throughout the rest of the regular season. And you could see it if you watched them play. So the final score is 38-3, Ohio Bobcats over the Miami Ohio Redhawks in the MAC championship game. But we need to get into how we got there after today. Now, let's just start off with game highlights. The first score was actually by Miami of Ohio, but that would be the only score that the Redhawks would get in this game. It was like a 29-yard field goal by Dom Joban, and it was just at first it was 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Okay, first score of the game, 3-0 Miami. I was like, okay, we held them to a field goal. The Redhawks were trying to, get something established early, just like they did back in October. When I was seeing this, I was like, yeah, I saw this before. I saw this script play out before back in October. And I was like, yeah, more of the same stuff that the Redhawks would do. But, that ended up not being the case after a while. Let's just say that. So, yeah, okay, field goal by Miami, 3-0 Redhawks. Okay, woohoo for them. But then right after that, the Bobcats just took control. They just really grabbed control of this game and they didn't let go of it. Yeah, I'm stunned. I mean, even as I'm talking to you guys right now in this live stream, I'm stunned. I'm so stunned beyond measure right now how well the Bobcats played in this game, knowing how tough the Miami Redhawks were. And Yeah, later on the first quarter, Parker Navarro, I'm gonna have a lot to say about him after this. Parker Navarro, he had a 4-yard touchdown run to make it 7-3 Bobcats. That was just the lift that the Bobcats needed. 7-3 Bobcats, 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. And it's just, you could feel it. When you were watching this game, you could feel that the Bobcats, they felt relieved and they felt like they could do this. They believed right then and there they could do this. And really, a big part of it is that it takes belief to do this. Now, we go into the second quarter. Parker Navarro again gets a 1-yard touchdown run, easy 1-yard touchdown run to make it 14-3 Bobcats. That was with 5 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the second quarter. Um, and then right before halftime, when the Bobcats got the ball back, after consistently stopping the Miami Redhawks offense, which is another thing I'll get into in a minute. Mason Williams, the tight end for the Bobcats, he got in a score. He got a 21-yard touchdown reception. It was like a short pass from Parker Navarro, and Mason Williams caught it. Then he took it to the end zone, 21 yards. That made it 21-3 Bobcats. That was with 52 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So we go into halftime having that momentum, right? And normally when you have championship games like this, you would expect the other team to make adjustments and to try to make a comeback. So I had that thought in the back of my mind. It's like, okay, watch Miami, Ohio try to do something to get back into this game, knowing them as well as we do. But that did not happen. That really did not happen. And it was just, it really surprised me how well the Bobcats just handled everything here today. Third quarter, Coleman Owen, he got in on the act. 25-yard touchdown reception. That was 12 minutes, 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter. That made it 28-3 Bobcats. And before you guys say anything about that score, 28-3, you normally associate that with the Atlanta Falcons, what happened in the Super Bowl there that one year, 28-3, all those jokes, ha ha ha. But no, there was not going to be any of that in this game. 28-3, Ohio Bobcats in the third quarter. And then there was like a very interesting part of this game where it reminded me so much of that one controversial call that we got in our favor a couple weeks ago when we traveled up to Toledo to face the Toledo Rockets. Once again, referees getting in on the act with controversial calls. With this one going both ways, ultimately. Now, with 10 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the third quarter, Coleman Owen, he returned a punt from the Redhawks. He took it deep. He busted out a big run from that punt return. He took it deep into Miami territory. But the problem there was that he fumbled. He got hit from behind and he fumbled the football. It was clear for everyone to see when they were watching the replay. You could see the replay, on Field. Everyone could see that he fumbled. And the referees did rule it a fumble this time, unlike that one time in Toledo. Coleman Owen did fumble the football and Miami recovered, but there was also a penalty called on Miami, which was a blindside block. Now, and how the referees judged this was just really, I'm just going to be honest with you guys, that was kind of sloppy on the referees. The referees were just pretty sloppy in getting this call, established. Yeah, blindside block for Miami. Okay, they keep the ball, but it's fourth down for Miami. Then they have to punt the ball again. And the referees, they had to review this call twice, not just once, but twice. The head referee was clearly saying, "Oh, the call on the field is under further review." He did that twice. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Referees, all of you guys, what are you doing? You're just disrupting the flow of the game with that. And I'm just like, whatever you're going to call, just call, But that didn't turn out to hurt us in any way, thankfully. But there again, referees making something controversial when they should not have. It's always been an issue when you're watching football. Just goes without saying. But anyway, 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. just fast forward a little bit here. Bobcats, they were trying to drive into Miami territory again, and it stalled. This one stalled because I think the Bobcats were like trying to make too many passing plays for some reason, and they just stalled. So they were like, they're also getting like penalties, like consecutive offensive line holding penalties that really stalled the drive for that one. So we had to settle for a long field goal. It ended up being a 53-yard field goal from Gianni Spetic, our kicker, and he nailed it. He got it. He got the distance that he needed, and that made it 31-3 Bobcats. So that was good to see. Even our kicker was feeling it. He was doing good, and 31-3 Bobcats. So we go to the fourth quarter, and before I mention this highlight in the fourth quarter, the Bobcats, they were just on defense. Let me talk about the defense. The defense for the Bobcats, that was the main unit that really stepped it up for the entire regular season. I mean, say as much as you want about the offense, and duly noted about that, but the defense was key for the Bobcats in this entire season. And they showed up yet again in the MAC championship game. And case in point here, fourth quarter, the Redhawks are trying to drive deep into Bobcat territory. They're trying to get a score. Brett Gabbert, he was normally on target with his throws, but this game he was not feeling it. He had so much pressure in his face. The Bobcats kept getting to him. And Brett Gabbert did not have his typical pass over the place kind of game. And Brett Gabbert, he threw an interception in the end zone to Tank Pearson, defensive back for the Bobcats. Tank Pearson, he got the interception in the end zone. That was with 12 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And that sealed it. I think at that point, that pretty much sealed it. When it came to momentum, the Bobcats already had it, and then some. And the Redhawks were just trying to get something going. They knew they had to hurry up and get some points on the board, and they just couldn't do it. Which right now, it still stuns me that the Redhawks just could not muster any offense in this game. It was like the polar opposites of what I was expecting in this game. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you, but what I did expect was that the Miami Redhawks were going to put up a fight, but I didn't get that. The Bobcats took the fight to them, and the Redhawks just did not respond well. That's why it just kind of shocks me. And knowing this is a rivalry game, Battle of the Bricks, the Redhawks did not show up in this game, and what a way for them not to show up. What a time for them not to show up. But yeah, and also the fourth quarter later on, and this was what sealed it finally for the Bobcats. Anthony Tice III, I have nothing but good things to say about him this year. He's such a workhorse of a running back. You can tell how talented and tell how strong he is as a runner. Trey, as he's called, Anthony Tice III, he had a 21-yard touchdown run with 6 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the game. That made it 38-3 Bobcats, and there we go. That's the final score for the MAC championship. And it's a long time coming, guys. So just kind of like emotions going on here. It's the first Mid-American Conference championship for the Bobcats that they've won since 1968. 56 years in the making. Just think about that, guys. 56 years in the making. And I'm part of me is just still speechless. I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed by everything here. And I know you guys can tell that I get kind of like, a little bit emotional because it's like been a roller coaster ride for me this year, following this team. And this is like the first year I decided to do this, to cover the Ohio Bobcats with Bobcat Corner and these live streams and all that. It's really rewarding. It's really rewarding. I've never been so proud of this team. And I'm glad I started doing this year. I'm glad I picked this year to do this. And anyway, back to the game. It's just nothing but good things to say. When it came to momentum in this game, the Bobcats were just they took control and they didn't let go of control. That was just it still stuns me. It just still stuns me in a good way, but it still stuns me how the Bobcats were just imposed their will on the Redhawks. The Bobcats instantly got it. They instantly knew how important this game was, and they showed it on the field. They matched the intensity of the Redhawks, and they just blew by them. I'm just it just amazes me. But anyway, Parker Navarro, he showed everyone why he's a true leader at the quarterback position in this game. I was going to talk about him. Parker Navarro, he's a great mobile quarterback, great on the run. I mean, he made such amazing decisions when it comes to improvising, making up something on the fly when he needed to. There were a couple times where Parker, botched the snap. Where when he tried to get the snap from the center, he dropped it a couple times, but he made something good out of it. Improvisation. When you improvise like that, you get out to a good run, or in this other case where he dropped the ball, Parker, he picked it back up and then he just like tossed it a little bit to Anthony Tice, who was wide open a few yards down. Amazing, just amazing stuff. When you can ad lib like that, good things can happen, and they did in this game. I'm so impressed by Parker Navarro. And even in the passing game, Parker Navarro, he showed up. And let me just go through individual stats while I'm at it. Parker Navarro, 20 of 27 completed passes for 235 yards and 2 touchdown passes. That's passing. And on the ground, Parker Navarro had 13 rushes for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he only got sacked once. That's a great day. As a mobile quarterback, that's a great day for you. I don't care which team you play for. That's a great day. And also Anthony Tice III as our running back had a solid day. When we needed him, he was there. When we needed Anthony Tice to get those key yards, he got them. He picked his spots. He ran right through the holes. He did what he had to do. Anthony Tice III, 27 rushes for 151 yards and 1 touchdown. Just amazing stuff. Just really amazing stuff. And also Coleman Owen, 5 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. But I also want to say this, another wide receiver who really showed up when we needed him, because I'm pretty sure that the Redhawks defenders were covering Coleman Owen early in the game. We had to turn to Chase Hendricks. Shout out to wide receiver Chase Hendricks, because he got the ball rolling for us in the passing game when he had to catch balls from Navarro. Chase Hendricks, he had 7 receptions for 61 yards. That was key. I think that was really more key than anything else. When someone like Chase Hendricks gets going, I mean, how can you argue with the results? And Mason Williams, 2 receptions for 32 yards, 1 touchdown. And again, about the defense, we were all over the place. Shea Taylor, Bradley Weaver, Tank Pearson. I mean, we were just flying. We were just flying over the place. CJ Doggett. Who else? Marcel Walker Burgess. All of them. All these guys, they made plays when they needed to. They were there. They were there and then some. Took down the opposition. And it's just satisfying because it's like we didn't just beat the Miami Redhawks. We took them down big time. We took them down big time. It was an emphatic response to what happened back in October. And I couldn't be any more happy about it. And also other stats that I want to throw out here. After the first half, just to demonstrate to you guys how much in control the Bobcats were, total yards of offense. The Ohio Bobcats had 230 yards, total yards on offense after one half, as opposed to 83 from Miami of Ohio. And it just grew after that. After the entire game, it was 467 yards, total yards for the Bobcats, as opposed to 189 yards for the Redhawks. When you have almost just a little bit under 300 yards more of total yards, there's a great chance you're going to win this game. I'm just, wow. Third down conversions, that was key. That was huge for the Bobcats. I noticed that on all these drives on offense for the Bobcats. 6 of 8 converted, 6 of 8 third down attempts. That's another key stat there for you guys. The Bobcats were there on third down. And what else? Yeah, 32 first downs made by the Bobcats as opposed to just 11 for the Redhawks. And back to third down conversion, 6 of 8, like I said, for the Bobcats as opposed to 4 of 11 for the Redhawks. I mean, really, it's just night and day compared to the game in October when we played Miami last. A complete difference in this game, just total domination. I'm just happy. Our defense, really shout out again to our defense. We created numerous 3 and outs. We forced Miami's offense off the field early and often. And I noticed particularly that their running backs never got going. The Miami, Ohio Redhawks, their running backs never got going. Keon Mosey was not a factor. None of their running backs were a factor. That was another surprising thing to see. Just overall, great game. I mean, really, let's just hear it. Let's just hear it for the Ohio Bobcats, guys. I mean, really, what a run. I mean, this really concludes a big run for the 2024 season for the Ohio Bobcats, even though we have one more game to go. And we'll get to that in a minute. I'll talk about that briefly in a minute. But just congratulations to the Ohio Bobcats on winning the 2024 Mid-American Conference Championship. You guys earned it. You proved it on the field. You guys got into the right mindset, the right attitude. You willed yourselves to do it. You picked the right game plans to implement. You did it. You just did it. You got the job done. What did I say in Bobcat Corner episode 33? Just get the job done. Guess what? They did. They did. I mean, I'm not one to raise my voice. I'm just not going to start now. But I'm hoping you guys can sense and feel, the emotions that I'm having right now. It's hard for me to explain, 38-3, emphatic statement made by the Bobcats. And I want to thank you guys. I want to thank all of you guys for watching me, for, watching Bobcat Corner, these live streams and the regular Bobcat Corner episodes that I make. It's really rewarding. And I just picked the right time to do this, to follow these guys, the Ohio Bobcats, and to see them become MAC champions. To see these guys become MAC champions, it's just really rewarding. First time since 1968, we did it. So, yeah, when you guys watch this, I hope you guys leave a comment. Really, I say it all the time, but really, especially now after this, please leave a comment. Please say something about this game, and just anytime, just feel free to say something about this game, guys. Just in the chat box or in the comment section afterwards, just say something about this game and what happened here. The Bobcats finished the season 10-3 officially, including the regular season and the conference championship game. They take down their arch rivals to finish it off. Just a storybook ending. And I want to just get through a couple other things before I do finally sign off, because I'm going to do it. Offensive player of the game for the MAC championship game, Parker Navarro, Ohio quarterback. He got that award. Defensive player of the game was Bradley Weaver. Just a great defensive end he is. And special teams player of the game, of course, Johnny Spektic. Good job kicking that long field goal. And I probably have more to say here as we go along. I got to give myself a little bit of time before I pick up everything, gather all the information again, and just put it out there as a review video to review the season for the Bobcats. That will come later. I got time to do that, but yeah, just give me a minute. Yeah, what a run! What a season! Uh, yeah. Anyway, the Bobcats, like I said, they do have one more game remaining for this season. It's just a bowl game. Obviously, we're not going to the college football playoff. Oh well, I got a low opinion about that, but we have a bowl game left to play. It's going to be on December 20th. We have already accepted an invitation to the Cure Bowl on December 20th. The Cure Bowl that is played in Camping Sports Stadium in Orlando, Florida. That will be on December 20th, and our opponents, apparently and officially, we are going to be playing the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, the Conference USA champions, on December 20th in the Cure Bowl. So it's going to be the Mid-American Conference champion, Ohio Bobcats, versus the Conference USA champion, Jacksonville State Gamecocks. December 20th, Cure Bowl. Now, say what you want about certain bowl games. They may not be appealing to you, but if you want me to be honest with you guys, I think that's a really appealing bowl game. Conference champion against conference champion. I'm just being honest with you guys. It's kind of intriguing. So, yeah, we did it. We got the job done. So, if you guys would be so kind, please leave a comment below in the comment section or in the chat box real fast before I sign off, because I'm going to sign off in a few minutes, guys. I'm just really amazed. You know, when I started doing this, I had no idea this was going to happen. No idea whatsoever. Give me a minute. I'm just. These guys, they never quit. They never quit. Even when we were going through tough times, when we lost to Syracuse in the road opener, and when we had that really bad loss against Kentucky down in Lexington, even when those things happened, we were never out of it. We never gave up. We never quit. We just picked ourselves back up and we just blitzed through the entire season. Especially after the loss to Miami initially in October, we just picked ourselves back up. We just blitzed right through the competition. Just steamrolled them. It took care of business, and here we are, MAC champions. Very rewarding. Anyway, that's enough of me. I have to cut it off here. So 38-3, Ohio Bobcats defeat the Miami, Ohio Redhawks for the MAC championship. First one since 1968. Way to go, Bobcats. You guys earned it. When you come back to Athens, Ohio, just celebrate, do what you got to do, and then get ready, of course, for Jacksonville State for the Cure Bowl on December 20th. But whatever happens there happens, like I said before. So, yeah. This is Stephen Vitt reporting on Bobcat Corner Live and Bobcat Corner, the original. Let me know what you guys think. This is just an amazing run. What a dream season. We got the job done. Take care. Bye.